Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I wanted to go into this quick lesson, going into this YouTube short that I had seen, where it's entitled Arranged Marriage versus Traditional Marriage, which this woman, I believe she's from Afghanistan. If I'm not, I know he's gonna say where she's from. I can't remember exactly where he said, but she's gonna go into the arranged marriage custom versus what she's experienced since she's been over here in Babylon the Great, and it's gonna go right back into the scriptures. So it's fair use, fair use. I'm not using your content for any monetary gain. This is strictly for educational purposes, bringing out biblical truths and biblical education.
Dating
Fair
in
use, fair use.
Iran, Middle Eastern culture, as opposed to the U.S.?
Much different. You don't have as much of a range of options. It's kind of like arranged marriage. So we have a lot of freedom in America where we can choose. We can date before we marry. Usually in Iran, you just have to pretty much get married right away. So you don't have a choice.
So do you think it's better to choose your partner and have free will, or to go the arranged route and just, be locked in?
Honestly, the men out here are kind of making me second guess that, but it's nice to have that freedom of choice. But sometimes it's kind of hard being so selective because you don't know who's a good guy. Like they show one side of them in the beginning and then they're really another side. So I guess maybe arranged would be easier.
And how does an arranged marriage even work?
Essentially, it's someone that your family friends know and they recommend that person, and then your parents, they kind of come over to your family's house and meet with that person and understand their morals and values, and then they pretty much arrange to get married if they like the person.
How's
Right. And that's exactly how it works. And that's how it's supposed to work. It's a family. And when she means by family, she means, a man. Typical, 9 times out of 10, the father. But a man is going to be the one responsible for marrying the woman off or marrying his daughter off. That's the father's responsibility. Let me get that. This is Sirach chapter 7. I'm going to get straight to the point. Verse 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. See, that's always been the man's responsibility, or the father's responsibility, to marry his daughter off to a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And all the Israelites, men, are supposed to be men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. As you can see, we're living in America, modern day Babylon. That ain't the case. It's only the men of the elect. But in the kingdom of heaven, every Israelite man will be a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So every man is going to be essentially a man of understanding in the kingdom of heaven. But that's always been the role of a father, to marry his daughter off and give her to a sensible man, because a man knows how to make those type of decisions. And I didn't go to the comment section, but I'm going to go to the comment section real quick. And as you can see, different comments. The first one said, picking your own spouse isn't working so well in the U.S. And it said, women searching for unicorns and end up with cats. So people are mocking and making fun of the decision making of women, But she was never meant to make the decision of who she was supposed to be with for the rest of her life in the beginning. And then somebody says arranged marriage is not a forced marriage. A man and a woman have a choice. They get to know each other. And if it doesn't work, they can break up before they marry in a amicable fashion, no pressure. But see, that's the reason. That situation is what created baby mamas, baby daddies, broken families, broken homes. That situation of a man and a woman deciding, if it's not the father and the mother, a man and a woman deciding on if this man is good for my daughter. A man and a woman deciding if they should be together or not. That has never worked, because 9 times out of 10, if a man and woman start dating, sex is gonna be involved, and when sex get involved, now that woman belongs to that man, and if they break up and she go with somebody else, now she's committing adultery, and the person that's with her is committing adultery. So arranged marriage has always been the way, because a man knows how to decide what's best for his daughter, and I'm gonna get that in another translation. This is Sirach chapter 7 verse 25 in the GNT. When you give your daughter in marriage, you have finished a great task, but give her to a sensible man. So it's always been the job of the father to marry his daughter off to a good man. Because as you can see, again, the decision making of women in this modern day, from in Babylon the Great, they don't know how to pick men, and they wind up with a baby, broken family. The father's not there, and then they be trying to go and find a good man to help take care of them and their child. And you're not gonna really just find men that's willing to go and take care of you and your poor decision making. You know, there are men who do it, but it's very, very, very few. You know, and ultimately, because it's women that's in the truth that's like that. You know, and that's not, and it's always an exception for them. You know, because you are making that transition in the mindset and in your behavior. So it's gonna, and the Lord is gonna look out for you, because even with Isaiah 4:1, Isaiah 4:1 is nothing but arranged marriage by Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. The Lord is gonna arrange all those women to be with those the men that He destined them to be with. So even Isaiah 4:1 is an arranged marriage that's just gonna play out on earth. You know, all the women that the men of the Lord are supposed to have during the time of Jacob's trouble, even now, because it's women that's with the men of the Lord now, that the Lord put in each other's path to be together, you know, or paired this woman with these men to be, be with them. But I'm gonna get that and I'm gonna end it on that. Uh, let's see. One second. Shift these gears. This is Sirach chapter 26 and 23. It says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth Yahweh by Shema Shai. So even the women that the Lord is going to pair up with, that's all a part of Isaiah 4:1. That's like an arranged marriage from Yahweh by Shema Shai. The Lord is giving those women to the men of the Lord, you know. And really, it says a godly woman. So this is a woman in the truth that's sincere, a sincere woman in the truth. But during the time of Isaiah 4:1, all those women gonna be submissive. They gonna be in line. They gonna be in order, you know. But the point is, it's gonna be the Lord, giving them to you. You know, He might put you in a situation where you go to a grocery store, or you out and about somewhere, and you've been teaching on the street, and certain women recognize you, and now it's hard times. It's hard, or things that got harder for them, and they see you and you are unbothered, and they approach you, and they know you've been teaching. They never was against you or anything. They just seen you. You never noticed them, but the Lord been having them see you and put you in their path this whole time, in their sight, and you've been in their mind this whole time, and now they see the fruits of, or they see yeah, they see your fruits, you know, Yahweh Shema Shah is with you, but they also see the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shah on Babylon the Great and how tight the squeeze is and how hard life is getting. And they decide, you know, and not even decide, the Lord put on their spirit to approach you, you know. But it's gonna be different situations how it happened. But ultimately it's gonna be the Lord setting it up. So arranged marriage was always the way, and that's what the earth is gonna go back to. Arranged marriage. The whole traditional way of men and women getting together, and that's gonna be done away with. It's gonna be everything is going back to the ancient way, and the ancient way is how Yahweh Ba'ashim Shah set it up. So essentially everything is going back to how the Lord set it up in the beginning. That's what we want. So on that note, I hope it was edifying, and I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children that they keeping this word of sincerity.